So before we get into today's lesson on hypotenuse leg, there's one thing we need to know. We've never done it before, but I wanted to see if you could figure it out on the do now. So remember, this symbol means perpendicular, and if two lines are perpendicular, it means they intersect at right angles. So that's the definition of perpendicular. We get right angles or 90-degree angles. So if they say AC is perpendicular to BD, we know these two angles are 90 degrees. So this is what we know. Angle BCA is 90 degrees. We also know angle DCA, the other one, is 90 degrees. And that's the definition of perpendicular lines. Now, most people try to put those equal right away. What perpendicular tells us is they're 90 degrees. Now, if they're both 90 degrees, they're obviously equal. So that's actually our second step. Angle BCA is equal to angle DCA. And my reason is because all 90 or right angles are equal. Makes sense. So when you see a perpendicular, it actually gives you two steps. You have a 90 degree, and then you have to say they're equal after that. All right, so on this one, really quick, easy one. Remember, we want to know how many sides or angles we have equal. And right now we have one pair of sides equal, the one tick mark sides, and then a second side. But that's only two things. We need three if we look at all our answer choices. But they have no other tick marks, so I got to figure out something with a diagram. So remember, we look for vertical angles or the reflexive property. And this one's vertical angles. So those two angles are equal, so it is side angle side.
Angle side, side angle side.
Okay, that was my wife. A couple key understandings for this one. Just when we're talking about proof, a few things to remember and write in your notebook. When we're doing a proof, what helps you determine what is congruent? The givens. So you look at the givens, and that will tell you what's going to be equal. You can also look at the diagram, because sometimes there's the reflexive property, and sometimes those are vertical angles. They don't tell you those in the givens, but you look at the diagram for those. And then how do you know when you're done? So we need three angles or sides equal. So that's how you know when you're done. Because look at all the postulates, side, 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 angle, side. They all have three things equal. Now we're going to talk about the one postulate we've been putting off, hypotenuse leg. And sometimes this is abbreviated as just HL. And you might be thinking to yourself, oh, you only need two things equal here. Actually incorrect. But let's first talk about what a hypotenuse is. A hypotenuse is always the side in a right triangle across from the 90-degree angle. And it's always the longest side. So if I look across from the 90, this side is my hypotenuse. And just an abbreviation, that's a terrible Y, HYP. And then a leg of a triangle, of a right triangle, is just the other two sides that aren't the hypotenuse. So really quickly, just draw that picture. So for hypotenuse leg, you still need three things. You need a 90-degree angle, so a right triangle, a leg equal, and a hypotenuse equal. So you need one angle and two sides. So let's look at that really quick and see how it would look. So if I have a 90-degree angle the same, a leg the same, and then another hypotenuse the same, this postulate is actually ASS, ass. And earlier I said this one doesn't work. But there's actually one situation it does work. Only if it is a right triangle. So if you have an angle, a side, and a side the same, and it's a right triangle, it actually works, but it's not called ASS. They call it hypotenuse leg because they got to keep it PG-13, I guess. Nah, so just one key understanding to make sure you write down. ASS only works if it's a right triangle, but we call it hypotenuse leg. So we're going to do an example together, and we're going to put down what we learned from the do now and that combined. So on the do now, we talked about this perpendicular symbol and what that means. So if we're given these lines are perpendicular, we're going to prove that these two triangles are equal. And remember, if I have perpendicular lines, it proves that some angles are 90 degrees. So if these lines are perpendicular, I know we have two 90 degrees angles here. So angle C to E to D is 90 degrees. An angle, you could put it on the same line because it's going to be the same reason. FED equals 90 degrees. And we know that by the definition of perpendicular. Now, once I know those are equal, step 3 is, or once I know they're 90, I could say they're equal. So those angles got to be the same, right? If they're both 90, they're definitely both equal or congruent. And I know that because all 90-degree angles are equal. So that's from the do now. Now let's figure out what else we know. Let's look at that second given. FD equals CD. They just give us those two sides are equal. Easy peasy. You don't have to even write it down. They just gave us something's equal. All right, so there's two things so far. I got those blue angles, the 90 degrees are equal, and the hypotenuse, or the sides, are equal. So I need one more thing in this diagram. Oh, reflexive property. So FE, or nope, DE, my bad, is congruent to ED. Reflexive property. So now I have three things equal, so I know my triangles are congruent. Triangle CDE is congruent to triangle FDE. So same thing as always. Once I have three things equal, there is 1, 2, and they gave me this one, so 3. I also look at my diagram, I see three things equal, and then I got to write the postulate. Well, I have an angle the same, the green side's the same, then the red side's the same, and that spells ass. But that's not the postulate we're going to write down. I remember, ooh, ass doesn't work, but it's 90 degrees, so it does. It's just called hypotenuse leg. So now that you tried this one, I'm going to go over the answer. So this one, they gave you two things are parallel or perpendicular, AB, perpendicular to AD. So where's the 90 degree there? It's just here at angle A. So angle A is 90 degrees. And then they give you AB perpendicular to BC. So AB still that bottom line, and BC. So again, the 90 is over here. Angle B is 90 degrees. And I could just use one letter because they're all by themselves. So if I say angle B, you know I'm talking about that one. If I say angle A, you know I'm talking about that one. When they're in the middle like M, I would have to give 3 letters because there's 2 angles by angle M. And the reason I know those two is just because the definition of perpendicular. And then once I know they're both 90, I could say they're equal. Angle A equal to angle B. All right, I got one angle equal now. And I know they're equal because all 90-degree angles are congruent. All right, so let's go to the next given. M is the midpoint of A to B. So M's in the middle of A to B. Okay, that means that bottom half is equal to that bottom half. AM, I'm noticing I might need another box, is congruent to BM. And that's the definition of a, just look at the given. It's talking about a midpoint, definition of a midpoint. Okay, so now I have two things equal. I need a third thing equal. So let's look at the next given. There's a third given. Wow, that was nice of them. DM is equal to CM. So they just give us that one for free. So now in my proof, I see 3 things congruent. I got 1 here, 2, 3 things congruent in my proof. So my last step, okay, now I got 3 things. I know my triangles are congruent. DAM, triangle DAM, has got to be the exact same size as triangle CBM. And how I know? Well, I have one angle the same, then a side the same, then another side the same. ASS. But remember, if it's a right triangle and S, it's hypotenuse leg.